In February of 1997, the world was introduced to the Star Wars Galaxy of Fear book series. The entire 12-book series was written by John Whitman, and they revolved around two young Force-sensitive siblings named Tash and Zach Aranda from the dune planet Alderaan, accompanied by their Uncle Hool, a mysterious, shape-shifting Shi'ado. The book series went until October of 1998, and the concept was essentially Goosebumps meets Star Wars, since the Goosebumps series by R.L. Stine was pretty popular around that time. So I'm going to be honest, for me, this was one of the hardest Star Wars book series to collect, as it took me about 2 years to collect all of them, and I hate to think about it, but it was also a little pricey. But still very excited to finally have the whole series. This year for my Halloween special, I'm going to be posting my spoiler-free reviews for the first 4 books in this series, so let's start with Book 1, Eaten Alive, and I'm just going to read the summary that's provided on the back of the book. A new evil lurks. Star Wars Galaxy of Fear. Terror is everywhere. Eaten alive. Vanished? Devourin seems like a normal enough planet. The friendly locals welcome Tash, Zach, and their Uncle Hool with open arms. But Tash has a bad feeling about this place. There's a madman running around the streets shouting that people are disappearing. He's saying they've just vanished into thin air. Tash knows that's impossible, but something is really wrong on Devourin. Will she find the courage to trust her gut instincts before it's too late? So I'm going to start off by saying that I was actually surprised with the first book. I don't normally read young adult books, or even young reader books for that matter, unless it's for my kids. And I was originally worried that Eaten Alive was just going to be nothing but campy cheesiness. And it was here and there, but the book was actually a lot of fun, and I enjoyed it. Whitman did a great job at introducing his characters and getting you invested in their story. The story itself takes place in between A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back, so you can definitely expect to see some cameos from other familiar faces, one of which being Darth Vader, but that's all I'll give away for now. But I will say that I like how Whitman connected Tash and Zach with the more familiar characters. It felt like it had a purpose instead of just featuring them for the sake of featuring them, and I appreciated that he was able to not have his cameos overshadow his new characters. It all felt like a nice blend. Eaten Alive was a good start to the series. It's fun, and for me personally, it brought back some of the nostalgia from the 90s when I read some of the Goosebumps books, or from when I watched one of my favorite shows on Nickelodeon, Are You Afraid of the Dark? I really have no negatives for this book, other than I wish I knew about this series when I was a kid. I definitely recommend that you check it out. It's a pretty easy read, as it's around 140 pages. Even though it's meant for younger readers, I think everyone can appreciate it, especially all Star Wars fans. I'm going to give Star Wars Galaxy of Fear Eaten Alive by John Whitman 4 out of 5 stars. But thanks so much for checking out this review, guys. It was a bit of a short one, but I hope that you enjoyed it and found it helpful nonetheless. And hope that you're all having a great Halloween season. Now be sure to stay tuned for this Thursday for my review of Book 2 in the series, City of the Dead. But until then, this is Red 5 standing by.